Hi, welcome to Part of My Frenchie. This is me, 143. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are here, welcome. How is everyone doing? Welcome. I have, well, now the girls are all tuckered out. I had them all dressed up and they did not like what they were wearing. So we had to have a little wardrobe change because they didn't like what they were wearing. So yeah, so there was that. So welcome everyone. If you are on live right now, I appreciate everybody coming on. So hello, hello, hello. Hello, moderator. Yes, it's Easter weekend, and they're acting crazy right now. So Rosie and Coco, I had one dressed up as a chicken, and one was dressed up as a Coco was dressed up as a rabbit, and Rosie was dressed up as a chicken. And oh, hi, Patty. Hello. And uh, they both started attacking each other, trying to get the outfits off of each other. So that did not go very well. So I had to take both outfits off of them. Hello, Dave. So yeah, both the outfits had to come off immediately because they were, and the outfits, it looks adorable on them. Although they were very angry at me for putting the outfits on. So yes, they were not happy. But for a little bit of time, they looked very cute. But yeah, as soon as I put those outfits on, Coco had an adorable little rabbit outfit on, and Rosie was a chicken, and it looked really really cute. So, but that did not last long. Hello, Michelle. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Yes, I was just saying that the girls were all dressed up, and that did not last long. Right away, Rosie attacked Coco and was trying to pull her ears off of her head, and yeah, it was a disaster. So it's happy Easter. Happy Easter. But the good thing is it happened on the our new Friday, which is not the pet loss day. So it was really cute for like the less than 10 minutes that they had it on. So at least I had that. At least I had a couple minutes, and then again they started attacking each other. And it's funny because when I got Coco, well, and same thing with Lola. Coco and Lola I'll put something on them and they will wear it. Like Coco will wear a hat, Lola will wear a hat. I'll put Christmas hats on them, whatever. And Rosie it's like she just gets pissed off and she will just go and she will jump and she will knock those hats off of them, like as to say, like, you are a dog, get that stuff off of your heads. And yeah, it's like she's, because she won't wear it. She refuses to wear it. And I think it's because of her little bat ears. She can't, she can't have anything on her head because of her little bat ears. But I've got her quite a few hats that have the little holes in it so that her little ears will stick up. But every time I put the hats on her, she still looks at me like, she's going to kill me in my sleep. So, she clearly does not like all that, but she doesn't want them to enjoy it either, because I've put things on them and they're perfectly content with it. But then all of a sudden she just refuses to let them enjoy that. So yeah, here we are, right? But anyways, so yes, it is Easter weekend, which is great. Easter's one of my favorite holidays. I think it was Monday. Easter to you. Oh, Easter to use AI. Bubba has costumes too. Well, it's funny that you say that, Michelle. It is absolutely funny that you say that, because look at this. I made Easter photos, and it's got Noir in there. It's got Bubba in there. It's got Violet in there, Rosie and Lola and Coco. So I made the Easter photo of all the girls. For some reason, the one on the bottom didn't pull Rosie. So I'll send this out. But isn't this cute? I thought this was adorable. So even though the moderator hates AI, she hates when I do my AI photos, I thought this one was super cute. So I'll send this out to Patty and Dave and Michelle, and just because I thought this was super duper cute. I thought it was adorable. So anyways, but in honor of Easter and all of our dogs that come in here. And again, if you'd like your dog to be, put on the show, send it to the email address that's on the website. We would love to show your dog, say something about your dog. We love showing dogs and talking about dogs or cats or whatever you have. Enjoy it. So, but yes, Easter is, Easter is one of my absolute favorite holidays. So I think I love everything about it. And I do. There's just so many things that go into it. So on top of the fact that there's a very special birthday that's in the month of April this month on the 6th of April, which we won't have a show on the 6th. We will have a show on the 7th, the day after. But April 6th is Dave's birthday. So Dave's birthday is coming up on April 6th. So happy early birthday, Dave, to you. Exactly. Luigi and Sky. I would not forget about them. Absolutely. I do have to get their pictures up here. You guys have to send me a picture of them and I'll put them up here too. But we do. And I should probably get pictures of my birds as well. And probably all the snails. And then probably the moderator is going to have a whole bunch more snails because I think hers were mating all day today. So that's what she was observing. She thinks that her two snails were. Yes, you are. You are younger than Patty by 6 days or a week, something like that, 7 days. But yeah, I think that her snails were mating today. So she may have a plethora of snails coming her way. So that's congratulations. Congratulations are in order. But yeah, not ready to be she's not ready to be a snail grandma yet. But yeah, we're moving this live to Friday nights. We typically do them on Saturdays and Saturdays. Actually, my work schedule is now switching from Saturdays to Fridays. So I'll be off. Anyways, my work schedule is changing. So I will be not ready. I'll be off now coming on Friday. So it'll be easier to do these on Fridays, except for today. Today I worked a very, very long day. So that was fun. But here I am. And this is, a lot more fun than going and working a good 11 hours. So I like doing this. I like doing this portion of my day. But anyways, yes. And as I was saying, so we're celebrating Easter this weekend. I know our friends were celebrating. We had Passover Passover started on Monday. So whoever's celebrating Passover, happy Passover to you. I know that on the 19th of last month, Ramadan ended for our friends that were celebrating Ramadan. They had a very, very long days of that with fasting and so forth. So happy Ramadan to people that were celebrating Ramadan. Just a lot of celebrations that, during this time. Spring does that, right? Spring is always that, same thing like with Easter or Passover, Ramadan. It's always like this time of like renewal, right? Same thing with Lent. Lent leads right up to Easter, and it's that 40 days before, and it's just this time to kind of renew and reset. We're in the new year, and just getting ready for what this time is going to bring on top of tax season. So, which I still have to do my taxes. God help me. So, yeah, that'll be fun too on the 15th of April, which is also Dave and Patty's anniversary. Happy early anniversary. So But yeah, so I thought Coco just knocked something over. But so I thought, in the spirit of, like I said, since this is kind of a hodgepodge of a show, I looked up some kind of kind of fun things with regards to the Easter holiday, because I was thinking about it at work today, and it's got so many different kind of meanings, but some of it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, right? I mean, of course, what did you do? Coco had to do really something. So first we do the Easter basket, which this is actually pretty low key now that my kids are older. They don't get quite the elaborate baskets as they used to, and I don't hide them quite as well as I used to. Although I did have the best hiding spots this year, per the moderator. I actually I put them together and left them on the table a few weeks before Easter, and said that they were for somebody else. So that was my great hiding spot for Easter baskets. So yeah, I didn't do so well. Yeah, right out in the open. I did. I left them. I put the Easter basket because we have a lot going on this month. So I wanted to get the Easter baskets put together and done. So I I literally put them on the table right out in the open and told them that they were for other people. So I wasn't too good at hiding them this year. But with regards to that, when I was looking into the Easter stuff, the one of the biggest controversies, and I can actually kind of go back and forth on. Wait, let me go back on this. If we touch on the Michelle says happy anniversary to Dave and Patty. It is how many years is it going to be? 50? How many years is it going to be? 56 years. I think it's going to be 56 years married for Dave and Patty this year. I think it's 56 years. Yes, very many. But I think it's 56 years married on April 15th. If I'm right, 56. But one of the questions, one of the questions I will ask for 57. Oh, 57. Okay, 57. Okay. Oh yeah. 57 years. Wow. That's a long time. Yeah, good Lord. Moderator says, good Lord. Yeah, that's a long time. That's a very long time. But so here's the question. And I love these, and I don't know why people don't love these, and I don't know why I love them. Peeps. I love Peeps, and I've loved them ever since I was a kid. But do people like Peeps, or do they like jelly beans? I know Dave loves jelly beans, and he also feeds them to his dog. And Ginger, his last dog, whatever, moderator. They're in your Easter basket, so you can just give those to me. But I absolutely love Peeps, and I've loved them ever since I was a kid. But I know Dave loves jelly beans, and he likes those yucky black jelly beans too. But I hope I'm not like the only one on here that likes Peeps, but I absolutely love Peeps. But you know what though? I like the original Peeps. I'm not like they have all these flavors now. I love jelly beans too. Jelly beans are good, and I like all the different flavors of jelly beans. Come here, Rosie. But I don't like the different flavors of Peeps. They have all these stupid flavors of Peeps now. I don't like the flavors of Peeps. I just like the original Peeps. I think that they're good. I like the different colors. I think that those are cool, but I don't like the different flavors. Michelle, you like black jelly beans too? Oh, yikes. It's like that black licorice. Yeah. And you know what also that reminds me of? It reminds me of that green NyQuil. I think that's why I don't like jelly beans, because that green NyQuil, it reminds me of green NyQuil, which I just absolutely hated growing up. Ugh. God, whenever you get sick, you'd have that green night. Yeah, well, don't even get me started. the don't even get me started on liquid medicine with the moderator. She couldn't take any kind of liquid medicine. But yeah, I love Peeps, and there's like this big controversy between like if people like Peeps or jelly beans, black licorice. Um, they also have I know, right? Well, what about those? They have those marshmallow. What about those marshmallow eggs that are out? They have marshmallow eggs, um, which they look like remember the marshmallow eggs and their chocolate on the outside. They look really good, but then you bite into them and they're really like I don't know. I think they're garbage. I mean, they look really good, but then like you have one and it's like this is disgusting. I don't think they're good at all. Um, Same thing with like the chocolate bunnies. I think chocolate bunnies look great, and then um, depending on like what kind of chocolate bunny it is, like what kind of you know brand it is, it's they're gross. They're hollow inside, and it's just like a huge disappointment. You know, or the foil wrapped chocolate eggs, same thing. Those are to me like garbage too. I don't think that they're good. I mean, they're cute and can't see. I like Reese's eggs. Reese's eggs knock it out of the park every time. I agree with you. But I like Cadbury eggs, and I like the Cadbury eggs that have the caramel in them too. So, I mean, I'm all for the Cadbury eggs and the ones with the caramel and all that too. So, um, but I also, and I've done this ever since the every and I get this from my mother. I get this from my mother. Every every Easter, every Christmas, you always have to buy the little plates. You have to buy the napkins, the Easter napkins, the Easter plates for the cake. Which later on, probably after this, I'm gonna head over to Giant Eagle, which is our grocery store, and get the little bunny cake, which I probably should have got before this. So I could show you the bunny cakes. Uh, it's just a little cake that's in the shape of a bunny. I'm not taking you. Um, no, but I don't know if they have those out by you, Michelle, but we have, like, they make these bunny cakes and they have all, they have I'll post a picture of them too. But the chocolate that pops in your mouth, what's that? Ooh, I want to hear more about that. What's that? Lamb butter. You know what? They don't. I can't. It is it was a big tradition growing up. On Easter, we would have it's butter in the shape of a lamb, and you'd had it at the table. Now, I would say probably over the years we were able to find it a couple times, but I have not been able to find it. I think probably maybe it was like 3 or 4 years ago I found it, but I have not been able to find it. I haven't found it this year. I've looked, but we have not found it. I mean, I don't know if you found it at all, back home, but I have not been able to find the lamb butter here. I wish I could. I'd buy a few of them if I could, but I'm definitely getting the lamb cake because I know the store has it here. I found another bakery that has a lamb cake today. I almost ordered it, but it was like $53 or $54. I wasn't really gonna go buy that, and I already boiled our eggs so that we could dye eggs later on today because for I love dyeing eggs. That's like huge for me. But you can ask the moderator and my son. I can't just dye a dozen eggs. I have to, for some reason, like dye like 4 dozen eggs because it's just fun. And I don't really even think we like hard boiled eggs that much. But I mean, you can make egg salad and all sorts of things out of it, right? But I like dyeing eggs. I think dyeing eggs are fun. It's something you do it once a year, right? Something different, and it's interesting, right? But the what about those robin egg candy? Come on, baby, you coming up here? Come up here with mommy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come in, mommy. Come. 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 Oh, now you're gonna come up because you heard Koki coming up here. What about the robin egg? Say hi, Rosie. Say hi, Rosie. What about or Cadbury Dairy Milk Jelly Popping Candy. What's that? I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Huh. We have the robin's eggs. They have the hard candy, which nobody ever wants. Um, and then they said, like, why did, like, Easter? Why is a bunny actually involved? What does a bunny actually have to do with Easter and eggs? Why is his job? What does his job have to do with delivering eggs? Like, how does that even correlate, those two? Makes no sense, right? But I was telling the moderator, aka my daughter, the other day that one of my favorite parts of Easter growing up was going to get um, going to get Easter dresses, like going to get our Easter dresses for like Easter church, right? I see. I'm gonna have to look. They must not, because I don't know if I've ever seen them before or seen those before. But yeah, but my favorite thing was, we would go and we would pick out Easter dresses for church. I used to remember that, and that was probably one of my favorite things, on top of getting baskets and stuff. That was always fun. But and I still enjoy, making baskets and stuff for the kids, even though they're older now. And had I not been so busy, I would have probably waited till Easter to put them out and hit them, decently. What are bounty bars? See, you get see, and I wonder what we have that you don't have. Yes, well, I know, and that's kind of the sad thing is, the moderator said, being with family on holidays. It's hard too, because we're kind of our family's kind of all over the place, so we don't often get to be together, on holidays. Um, but when we are together, we make it count, right? Which is nice. Um, Unfortunately, I have to work on Easter. My job is 365, and I have to work on Easter, and sometimes it happens, and but yeah, so it just yeah, it just I don't know. But anyway, so some jobs have to do that. Some are essential workers, and you have to work on holidays, and um, it is what it is. But yeah, it's family, and but I know either way, we'll still have I'll work from home, and I'll make the moderator cook for us, and and we'll still have dinner and all that stuff, because she won't have anything else to do with her day besides wait on me hand and foot. So, but anyways, um, um, anyways, this one says, "Why is the basket?" Well, it says the Easter basket economy is wild. It says kids wake up to full baskets like it's Christmas 2.0, but nobody questions how the bunny affords it all, which is true, right? I mean, Easter is kind of like equivalent to like a second Christmas now, and I don't recall it being that way when I was a kid, but like now, like kids wake up to bicycles, and which it that seems like a lot, but I guess when you think about it, you're in spring, you're going into summer, and if a parent gets a kid a bike, it's pretty smart, because then they're just kicking them out of the house for the summer, and they're doing themselves a favor. So I guess it's pretty good to get them a bike for Easter, because then it's like they're that they're going to be busy outside. So, but it is. I mean, Easter is pretty almost like a second Christmas for kids, if you really think about it. But same thing with baby chicks. How are baby chicks and bunnies the same thing? Why, pick a mascot, one or the other. So, but again, it's just the same thing. Or Easter is kind of different for it's two different vibes. You either have people that celebrate it more religious, or you have people that celebrate it more of like Easter bunnies and eggs. So, or you have people that are like me that kind of do a mixture of both, because I like all of it. I know the true meaning of Easter, and then the kind of the fun meaning of Easter. So there's a very good mix of it all. So, but either way, Easter's, like I said, I like it. And then the date changes every year, so you really kind of never know when it's going to fall, and you always have to Google when Easter is, and everybody's always, when's Easter? And where my son's school is, they get a spring break, and then they get an Easter break because he goes to a private school, so they get Easter break and a spring break, so they always get like double dipped because of he goes to private Catholic school, so so there's all that. But Easter egg hunts are like they're like chaotic now. I don't remember that when I was a kid. You go to Easter egg hunts and people, like kids were like more civil. Now you go to an Easter egg hunt and like, I mean, when the moderator was little, and even when my son was little, you'd take your kids to these Easter egg hunts, and they would separate them in age groups, and they'd tell the kids to go, and the parents would be the ones running and picking up the eggs for these kids, and half the kids wouldn't get anything because the parents were getting it for them. And it was kind of like, and parents were fighting over like plastic eggs, for God's sakes. And with like maybe a one piece of crappy candy in it, and it's like, just let the kids pick it up. Let's see, we did a new flower garden. Oh wait, who did? You did a new flower garden? Oh, you gotta send pictures of that. I want to see pictures of that. Baby chicks come from the eggs, and the kids don't, and if the kids don't find it, they hatch. You know what? That is true. That is true. For many years, we live in a cul-de-sac, and because I was tired of the whole rigmarole of going to these Easter egg hunts where kids wouldn't get, like our kids would be like, we'd spend all this time and go to these huge Easter egg hunts, and they would come home with like 2 eggs, or it was like a waste of time. So I would just go and, I don't know, stuff 300 plastic eggs, and we have maybe, I don't know what, maybe 15 kids in our cul-de-sac. And I would put out, gosh, at least 200 to 300 eggs on all the lawns of the lawns in the cul-de-sac. And then I would call the parents, and I'd be like, send your kids outside, and the kids in the cul-de-sac would have their own Easter egg hunt, and they loved it. And yeah, and like, I think it was one year I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. And because the kids were getting older, and those kids they were like so upset, like, oh, you're not going to do it. So of course I had to run out to the store and stuff eggs. And, but I would put other stuff out there. I would hide like, kites out there, and I put like other like bigger toys out there so that they could find it. And, but yeah, they loved it. But yeah, I want to. Oh, you got a new camera too? Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, send some pictures. I'd like to see that. Yeah, a friend of mine just did. He just made this beautiful like flower thing where he can make like what do they call those things where you can. It's got like 3 different levels, and you could put little flower pots in it, but it's like huge. Looks really nice. Kind of trying to see if he can make me one, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah, anyway, so another thing that when I was going through too, I found that how where's it at here? I pulled this too because I thought this was like really, really, where's my thing at? How, where is it? Here. um, how like over this over the years how like absolutely like creepy and like I have no idea like what, and I don't know any of these people, so, and I don't even know if half these people are still alive because these pictures are like way old. So, and if you are alive or you know these people, then God love you. But I don't know what like I don't know who thought that this was a good idea, but some of like well, I'll just show you the pictures. Like who like setting this like okay, so here's here's an Easter bunny that was taking pictures with children. So these are like some of the Easter bunnies of the past, and like why? And I mean, just kind of like so you know, and then you wonder why kids are crying, and then it kind of gets better, like or does it? I don't know. I mean, who like put that on and said that this was a good idea to take pictures with right? Who put who put this on and said, hey, let's take pictures with children in this outfit? I don't know, right? I don't know. I mean, and this has got to be, and like I can't, I don't know, I can't figure the year, but oh yeah, oh no, yeah, it gets better. So I mean, look at this guy. I mean, like if he's like not out to like steal her soul, I don't know. I mean, but like who 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 was like, hey, I'm gonna go to work today, and hey, put this outfit on because it, it's something. So and then and then these poor souls, I, like were they trying or it just and I mean, I get it that it was a different time back then. Like a lot of these seem like they're really old, right? Um, right. Some they seem like they're really old. I mean, but like like I mean, but yeah, they just I don't know. Yeah, right. But then but one thing's for sure. I mean, they all seem to cause children to cry. I mean, they all seem to cause children to cry. You know, I mean, now this 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 bunny's not too scary. Now okay, so yeah, so the funny thing about this picture is, and I will say that so this where is it at? This child right here. Now this child right here is my son when he was a baby, and this child right here is me as a baby. And I thought that it was the cutest thing, like to have the side by side, like screaming at the Easter Bunny pictures. So, so, but I mean, the bunnies weren't that scary, but still, I mean, I guess you put a big fuzzy bunny in there, and it is, I guess, kind of petrifying, right? Um, but nonetheless, I really always I love the side by side of that, and so yeah, but so that is the nice little Easter tribute to to the Easter Bunny. I did not have any of the moderator with the Easter Bunny where she was screaming or crying because she literally made me go broke as a child because every picture that that child took was a beautiful picture, and it was always perfect, and she always smiled, and she always did the right thing. It was always perfect. And so, yeah, and I always ended up, I'd be like, just go in there and just take one good one and then screw up all the other 10 ones so that I wouldn't have to buy them all. And sure enough, she would like be perfect in every one, and then I'd have to like buy them all. And so, yeah, there was that. She always made me broke doing all of that good stuff. I did have a Frenchie find of the week, which found this at the dollar store. And I grabbed all of them. Actually, the moderator found it for me. We were together. But this is at the dollar store. I thought this was so cute. And you can paint them. You could do fun things. But this is the Frenchie find of the week. I also will say, and I'm going to touch on this now. So since we have time, well, we do have a lot of time left. But I did make a video yesterday. If anyone saw it, it was with, I posted it yesterday, but it was with my son, and it was, hang on, let me pull all this out real quick because I want to read it. I want to touch on it because I posted a video on it yesterday, and I don't know if he's on today, but hopefully he's on Tuesday as well. But I talked about it on Tuesday. Aaron, I talked about him last Tuesday, and he was on last Tuesday. Aaron and his dog Angel, who had passed probably 67, 68 days ago now. And he's the one that does these letters in the quiet. I had not gotten my letter when I had done the show on Tuesday. It came the next day. So, and he's from Canada. Yes, he lives in Canada. And so it took a little bit extra time to get it from Canada, but totally worth it. Totally, totally worth it. So I did shot a video with my son, and because the letter came to my son. Now, I will say, I misinterpreted what the letter was. I initially thought the letters were coming from I thought the letters were written from the animal to the person or child. I was wrong. It's not. He writes a letter. It's letters from him about the dog to you. And I will say, and if you watch the video, I hope you watch the video. It's very, very touching. And I'll read the letters. The letter's long, but it's not that long. And I'll read the letter because the letter is quite beautiful. And it was very, very, it touched on everything that my son had felt, everything that he was going through, everything that he had struggled with regards to the loss. And Aaron hit on every point of what happened with Harley, right? And thank you. And I had to do a video. I had to do a video of it because I can't have my son on lives, or YouTube will shut my channel off. Funny story is when I first started when I first put up my YouTube channel, kids know technology a whole hell of a lot more than myself or a lot of adults. And so my son, who was 12, was saying, he was like trying to show me how to do YouTube lives. And he was showing me, he's like, you just hit the live button, you hit play. And all that was in the screen was his hand, nothing else, just his hand, for not even less than a minute. Because I wanted to see what it would look, just what it would look. He clicked on the live, it went live, his hand was in there. We clicked it off because I'm like, oh shoot, we're live, blah, blah, blah. We were just trying to see how it was. YouTube had shut my whole channel down for having a minor on, just for that short period of time. But they had shut it down. Oh gosh, I wasn't allowed to do they shut me down from doing lives for, I want to say I had to write them. Um, oh gosh, it was a good, yeesh, almost like 3 months. I had to write them and then explain things, and I'm like, it was literally he was, I'm like, he was showing me how to do this, and it was like literally his hand. But they are very serious about like having minors on, which is good, which is absolutely good. I mean, I'm very all for protecting minors and so forth. But yeah, they shut it down right away. So that's why I was like, okay, let's do a video, and then I will come on here and like physically show you what he got in here, because I mean, honestly, I mean, they sent all these stickers, like really really cute stickers, because like, yeah, you can see in the video, but like, I mean, he sent like all, and this is like the kid stuff. So, or the kid um, package. So he sent like all these like really cute picture or stickers with like like dog stickers, and um, uh, this really cute like keychain, and the keychain just, it says, just for now we are apart, but keep me safe within your heart. I'm at the Rainbow Bridge where I'll wait and play until we meet another day. And there's the keychain, which is adorable. And like I said, he'll probably put it on his backpack and keep it with him. So there's that. And it came in like this really pretty little envelope, which was nice. And then he sent this. Aaron sent this, and it was wrapped up in this little ribbon with these really pretty little heart charms on there. But he sent a second letter that's to be opened at a later date. So it says, this was written for you for a day that you might need it. So keep this safe until then. So like, if there's another day like that he's having a rough day, here's a second letter that he can open up, which is so neat, right? So I've got that. Oops. He's got that. That there. But I mean, just like it's a good lengthy letter, and again, he touches on everything in here, and when you write to him, or like when you order from him, it's like you have a questionnaire. Like he gives you a questionnaire, and it says like, who is it for? What is it for? A dog, cat, breed, all that stuff, and then you give like kind of some information, like, I told him, kind of about the situation with my son and all that, and then he went from there. And honestly, he hit everything on the head with the what it transpired. And but it says, Brady, I heard about Harley, and I want you to know something very important right away. What you had with him was really special. Not everyone gets to grow up with a best friend like that. Harley wasn't just a dog who lived in your house, he was a part of your life from when you were young. He watched you grow up, and in his own way, he probably felt like it was his job to stay close to you and make sure you were okay. Some dogs are just like that. The protectors, the ones who follow you from room to room, the ones who always seem to be nearby even when you don't notice, the ones who act a little goofy, sometimes just to make life a little bit more fun. From everything I heard, that sounds a lot like Harley. I also want to talk about something that might feel really heavy in your heart. The fact that you didn't get to say goodbye. That could hurt a lot. Sometimes it could even make someone feel angry or confused. Those feelings make sense when you love someone that much. But here's something I hope that you can slowly understand. You didn't lose your chance. Your goodbye wasn't just one day. Your goodbye was your whole life together. It was every time you were together, every time he stayed close to you, every time he chose you as his person. That is what mattered to him. When Harley got sick, his body was getting very tired. Heart problems can make dogs very weak, and sometimes they stop eating because they just don't feel well anymore. The choice to help him pass peacefully was made because he was loved so much. And there's something else I want you to think about. Harley spent his whole life protecting you. Do you think that he would have wanted your last memory to be of him struggling or hurting? Or do you think he would have wanted you to remember him as his happy, goofy, loyal dog who stayed beside you? Sometimes love means protecting someone from a painful memory. Harley knew you loved him. Dogs don't need words or one last moment to know that. They know they know how you they know by how you live together. You were his boy and he was your dog. That kind of bond doesn't disappear. It just changes into something else we carry inside of we carry inside of something we can see. It's okay to be sad, it's okay to be mad, and it's okay to miss him in ways that surprise you. All that means is that Harley was important, and he was. Dogs like Harley don't just spend their lives beside us. They spend their lives becoming part of our story, and Harley will always be part of yours. Letters in the Quiet. So that was it. That was a beautiful letter, and I can't wait to read the other one. When the day comes, and I'll read that online too. But I mean, just such a well written and beautiful letter, and my son absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And especially for being 12 years old, he absolutely loved it, and it totally hit home for him. So I would just and I'll put Aaron's information and the website in it, because I think too, I think it would be a great gift for somebody. If you weren't getting it for yourself, I think it would be a great gift for somebody too. um, if that's something that you were thinking about. And it just I thought it was nice, and um, nice and comforting, especially, like I said, especially for the situation that we went through. um, because it is challenging. Even though you know Brady has Rosie, Brady has Coco, Brady has Lola, but Harley had a very, very special place in his heart. I mean, again, Harley was there from the moment Brady was born, and he followed him around. I mean, I put a bunch of pictures in the end of that video, and I mean, that's basically how he lived his life. He was they were connected. So um just I think everybody gets a specific bond with an animal, and or a few. And I know I have, and I think everybody does. And so it's hard, especially I think when you're young too. um, you're young, you're going through emotions, and you don't understand things, and sometimes life gets, not a lot of things are in your control at that age. And then when something like that happens, that's even more out of your control. um, you know it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating, right? um, yeah, you're right. You're right. And I think Michelle says that you could see in his reactions that he will be able to reach closure. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And definitely find some healing there, because that's what it's about. That's what it's about, is just finding peace with the situation. Finding peace with it, making peace with it, because that's what I mean, that's all you can do. That's all you can do is because you can't change anything now. Nothing's going to change now, anything now, but um, you can just move forward. And um, you know but so anyways, but yeah, I would highly recommend looking into that because it was totally worth it. Totally, in my opinion, it was totally worth it. Um, hmm. But so what's everybody's thoughts about um, having these on Fridays instead of Saturdays? And do you think Fridays are better than Saturdays? It also seems like a lot more people do things on Saturdays than they do Fridays. So, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe more people do things on Fridays than Saturdays. I don't know. Although Fridays and Saturdays are a busier day, maybe Sundays would be better. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a more happy medium day because Tuesdays definitely are people are more free on Tuesdays. But that's more of the pet loss day. But so that's so I'm trying to find out what the happy medium is. Is it Friday? Is it Saturday? And then we're getting into summer. So, I know it's, is that going to be, so that's a question there too, especially because people are going to be out, later on Fridays and Saturdays enjoying the weather. And because I know it was beautiful today. So, um, I just can't believe my little bad, I can't believe my little bad Easter bunny and my Easter chickens. Oh, she was so bad. I wish you guys could have seen it. I put those things on, and poor little Cokie Chanel she had her little ears. She looked so darn cute too. She had her little ears flopped over, and Rosie just came up and snagged those ears, and I was like, oh my God. And I was so worried. I was so worried that she was going to hurt her neck or something, the way that she was pulling on those ears. And I'm like, now you can see she's all passed out on the couch. I don't know where Coco is. I don't know where the heck Coco's at, but yeah. You say Spangulis on Saturdays. Is he even still on Coco's doing well. Coco's doing really well. Except for being attacked by a chicken tonight. She's doing very, very well. Yeah, she's basically 100%. Honestly, I finally just put a collar on her today. She hasn't been wearing a collar at all. For some reason, I've just been kind of like keeping her neck clear, but she's been doing really well. I mean, it's crazy how they bounce back so quick. You can't even see like the scar on her neck anymore. But I'm so just happy with how she's recovered. She's back on hard food now, finally. Just everything is, she's just, she's filling back out. She's, just eating so much better. She's breathing so much better. Now that the weather's getting warmer, she used to just struggle in the heat. And, before even like with the milder weather, she would just like struggle with that, with breathing. And, yeah, she is loved, very loved, but she would just struggle in the heat. But now you could just hear how clear she breathes. And, so if anything, I mean, that was one of the really, really good things that came out of that situation is getting that surgery done to open up the airways, because she really struggled in the summer. And, it's, and that's partially, I hate to say it's partially my fault. I get so with this breed and their faces and so forth. Yeah, I know that is like the best present ever is being able to breathe, right? I mean, with this breed and them going under, it's scary. It's scary. So it's like you don't want to rush and throw them under, but that in the long run, it's going to help them with opening up and stuff. And I know, like, the vet has talked to me about, doing that to Rosie as well. I don't think Rosie needs it. Rosie didn't need it as much as Coco needed it. But I mean, they talked to me, they talked to me about, you know, doing it to Rosie, but I don't know. I don't know. I know a lot of people do it, and it's just, it's that whole, it's that whole thing of putting them under, the moderator and I, she follows us. She follows this lady that has this pet pig, right? And Brittany, what's that lady's name? Um, this lady has this pet pig, or had the pet pig, right? And I mean, she has this whole TikTok channel, and it was so sad because the lady took the pig in for some, and it was like a big farm pig, lived in her house. I mean, it was adorable, right? She did all these videos on it and took the pig, like, just to get some, like, general, oh, Homer the pig on TikTok. Um, but, she's got all these adorable videos and all this stuff. Well, she took it to get a simple surgery, something on the pig. And for some reason, the vet didn't measure out the correct amount of anesthetic and killed the pig. And, I mean, she's, of course, devastated. I mean, stuff like that happens all the time. It happens all the time. And, I mean, one of my people in my pet loss over the years had the same thing, had an English bulldog, and it would, say it went for teeth cleaning, a freaking teeth cleaning. And it was a young dog too, and died under anesthetic. I mean, that's for teeth cleaning. I mean, that scares me to death. So, and and you sign those papers anytime they go in for surgery or whatever. You sign those papers. So, um, right? Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? Michelle says her friend's dog died under anesthetic. There's nothing you can do about it when that happens. So, because you're signing liability, um, and I mean, and granted, and that they don't mean to do stuff like that. I mean, nobody wants to see animals die, or anything like that. Nobody's intentionally on it, but I really think that situation with the pig was definitely. I mean, who doesn't calculate medicine? I mean, that's just no. And like I told Brittany, though, I said I can't imagine that the vet has a. I mean, unless they're a farm vet or whatever, but I can't imagine they had a scale that would be big enough to weigh I don't know how much a farm pig weighs, but I can't imagine they have a scale in their office that would hold a pig that big, right? But so were they kind of guessing at the weight? Maybe that's where they were off on the medicine. I don't know. I don't know. But nonetheless, they were wrong, and unfortunately it was a fatal mistake. And again, this poor lady was right. Right. Well, yeah. There's no guessing with that. I mean, you can't. You're you know. Um, yes, the vet said Bubba's teeth were good. I gave him freeze dried bones and that. You know what, they had that, and then I don't know if you have like those. They say those greenies do like work on their teeth as well. They do good work on their teeth as well to keep them clean. Um, but I never thought about freeze dried bones to keep their teeth clean. I'm gonna have to look into that. Huh? That's interesting. Hmm. Yeah, that scares me though. But that happens a lot. Like people, and then you get to the point if you don't take care of their teeth, they have to pull them and ugh. But anyways, but well, we are at the end of our hour. We will be back on Tuesday for pet loss time, and then, like I said, it will most definitely be another Friday, next Friday again, and 7 o'clock, same thing. But this Tuesday, 7 o'clock. For pet loss. And I hope everybody has a fabulous Easter this Sunday. If you're having peeps or if you're having black jelly beans or I want to figure out what that popping chocolate thing is that you were talking about, Michelle. I'm going to look that up as soon as we get off because I'm really curious about that. And that sounds very, very interesting to me. But yeah, I hope everybody has a really, really wonderful Easter. If you're celebrating Easter, if you're celebrating Passover, or whatever you're celebrating, just celebrating spring. I hope you just have a wonderful weekend. I hope your weather is wonderful. I believe we're having good weather too, so I look forward to that. So I hope. Thank you all for stopping by. If you don't have a friend, you have a few now, and a sleepy dog who doesn't like to wear clothes, which makes me upset. So, but I will see you guys all later. Thank you again for joining me. I appreciate it more than you know. More than you know, I appreciate it. And if you get a chance, if you haven't seen the video about In the Quiet, please check it out. Please share it with everybody so that they can check that out as well. I hope so. I'm going to look it up. If not, I'm going to try. I'm sure Amazon has it. Amazon has everything. So is it good though? Is it really good? I want to check it out. Because that sounds that sounds really good. So, but anyway, so I hope everybody has a fabulous, where's it at? Fabulous Easter. I will send these pictures out of the Easter bunnies so that everybody can see it. But all the dogs celebrating Easter together. But hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day and weekend, and be safe and enjoy whatever you're having, ham, or we're going to have pierogies and all that too. So pierogies and sausage and kraut and all that good stuff. So coconut bounty chocolate bars. Ooh, that sounds good too. And make sure everybody gets an Easter basket. Just hide it a little bit better than I did. But anyways, so have a good night. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look it up. So until Tuesday, I will see you guys later. Take care. Goodbye. Bye bye.